Buddhism and the New Age, or as I like to call it, the New Cage movement. Just as there is fake Christianity, there are degraded forms of Buddhism which seek to embed in people a pseudo-spiritual message of total acceptance of everything, even injustice, evil, and slavery. The New Cage religious belief system is essentially a heavily modified, perverted form of Buddhism. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as meditating your way to enlightenment and world peace. This Buddhism in name only is a form of psychological warfare which makes people largely inactive observers, preventing them from ever taking any real-world action against the evildoers who are violating their natural rights and sovereignty.
Yeah, Cello. I don't believe in sacred cows. There is no inventory item that is above deconstruction, whether abstract or physical. You have to be ready to let it all go at the drop of a dime. Full surrender with no exceptions. To get snagged on any aspect of the illusion means failure, period. There is no worthy delusion that's going to be an exception to the rule. Just because you have a hang-up on a very specific personal obsession doesn't make the situation any different. And the fact that your obsession isn't stigmatized or is accepted by the mainstream doesn't preclude you from an automatic fail. So hang-ups on history, politics, religion, or family heritage aren't any less indicative of an addictive crutch than hang-ups on sex, drugs, gambling, or crime. There is no prestige when it comes to delusions. And it doesn't matter how proud and militant you become about your delusion. You're still a little suckling nascent, sucking on the teat of a warm, fuzzy fantasy. And that's something you're gonna need to understand. If you are hung up on some existential aspect, that's completely your issue to deal with. It's not up to anyone else to get with your agenda. No. You need to deal with your mental issues. And I know you like to think that I'm wrong and that you are not delusional, but too bad. And I know that you think that it's all some sort of elaborate, nefarious plan, and that the stage has been set against you, with many complex orchestrations put in place, all designed to misguide and deceive you. It's a foolish proposition, but even more so when examined in the light of its deficient premise, and I'm not gonna let you gloss over it. The complex web of intrigue and espionage is all dependent on one faulty assumption: that you are all that damn important to begin with. Yeah. Aliens from another planet, shadow government officials, and leaders from a secret satanic cabal dog your every step. Because the future of the real-life Death Star depends on how many cheese puffballs you consume while you vegetate on a dank, dingy couch, laying stinky farts while you watch the 24-hour game show network. Yeah. So much is dependent on stopping you because you're so damn important. Hey, I got some news for you. You are not important at all. Your opinions are insignificant, and your worldviews are irrelevant. Imagined external events are indifferent to you, and if you got molecularly erased today, the world wouldn't suffer so much as a hiccup tomorrow. Understand that the wise monks already know this before you waste time getting up to perform on your soapbox decrying world corruption. Get off the conspiracy trip already. It's improper focus. End of story. It's also immature. And you do not yet have enough wisdom to be able to understand why this is so. So that's why it's a waste of time trying to make an intelligent appeal to a dumb, stubborn jackass. For now, you'll just have to be told what to do until you can take off the blindfold. You have to know it yourself, and that can't be taught, and that's that. A way can be pointed out to the receptive, but for the blind mule, there is no way to even point. That's why the blind mule keeps thinking an answer is going to be found by sniffing out the correct inventory item. And that simply isn't going to happen. This is why, for now, you'll just have to have your nose pushed into your own feces and get whipped with a very sharp stick. It's unfortunate, but it cannot be helped. Until the blind mule can get past the whole selection of the correct illusion, it's always going to be an automatic fail. No. And that's why you reveal yourself to be so incredibly naive and stupid when you get angry and self-righteous about your limited perception that the wise are not standing up against injustice. You don't know how ridiculous you look when you complain about this. Only a complete fool goes to battle against an illusion. So understand that. You're dancing around in front of the wise like a drunken circus clown, and you think you are some kind of fucking hero. It's a complete joke. You're wrong and way off base. No, it's not apathy in metaphysical spirituality. What you are seeing is simply the proper conduct of one who is awake and isn't trying to evade the real underlying truth. After all, these are some very deep waters, and you are just splashing around on the surface, thinking you are making some kind of earth-shattering point with your comic book narrative. Get over it. You are still in delusion. And you can't even begin to speak until you have worked your way out of delusion. To truly have a grasp on the nature of reality is not an ambiguous matter. And no one wise has to ask you if you are enlightened, because it becomes quite obvious through your actions and words. It's not a discovery you're going to have by sifting through knowledge or theories. The truth isn't realized by lining up the concepts and objects in a specific pattern. Bottom line, pointing at the screen is the wrong area of concern, and a dead giveaway of the ignorance to enlightenment. You want to fix something, fix yourself. You want to correct something, correct yourself. You don't like what's out there, change what's in here.